Hi guys, YouTube world, YouTube nation, it's me, I'm back. Today is the day. Today is update day, okay? I want to just first of all let you guys know that I really appreciate you all following my journey, sticking by my side, writing in those comments, giving me thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And to be honest, guys, I had no idea that I had so many views, that you guys were watching this video. I didn't even know. So I just want to start there and say thank you. But let's get to it, guys. 4 years. 4 years and some change now. Let's take a look at this hair. Just giving you guys a good view of the shrinkage. Yeah, not that much shrinkage. So, first things first. It's been 4 years and 4 months since I DIY installed these MicroBraidlocs in my hair. And how do I feel about them? I love them. Love them, love them, love them, love them. I am so glad that I went ahead and did it. I would do it over again, no questions asked. It has been just a blessing to me to be able to have this style. I have been able to just get up and go. And I have 3 children now. Last time you saw me, I think I only had 2. Now I have 3. But I have 3 kids, guys. I homeschool. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I got things to do. So I am so grateful that I can just get up and go. And that is the number one thing that I love about this hair. Yes, it's versatile. Yes, it's full and nice, and I love the way it looks. But honestly, the very best thing that I love about the hair is that I can just get up and go. I can wear my hair like this for literally a week straight and not even think about hair. Not even think about what I want to do to it. And I know that I'm going to go out and still look presentable. You know what I mean? So that's the number one thing that I love about this hairstyle. The other thing that I know you guys are really interested in seeing is, has your hair locked? Do you still have braids? And I want you guys to take a look at the bottom of my hair. Let's move the actual braid out the way. But take a look at the bottom. Can you guys see? Yep. There's still some braids. There are. It's a close-up. Now, as you can see, the interesting thing is that the braids are not as long as when I started. Oh, actually, see this one right here. Here's a nice example, guys. Let's get some paper action over here. Here's a nice example of one that actually does not have a braid anymore. You can't really, thanks Win, you can't see a braid. You guys see any braid there? No braid at all. But then we look at one like this one here. And yes, you do see that braid. And so what I've seen is that my hair has actually started to lock coming down in this direction, going down. And it's almost like the locks are just like eating the braids. Like slowly but surely, the locks are going down and consuming the braids. Or making it at least so that you can't really tell that there is a braid there anymore. And this has happened really fast. I wouldn't say fast, but in the back of my hair, you don't see much of the braids at all. Look at that. Where's the braid, guys? Where is it? So what's my conclusion? Yes, my conclusion is yes. If you start your hair with braids, they will eventually lock. Will it take a long, long time? Yes. If you braid them really, really small like I did, I believe that that contributes to the length of time that it takes for your hair to completely lock. For those braids to not be braids anymore, but to just be completely like these hairs, like these locks that you see in the back. It just look like complete locks. So that is that, guys. In the beginning, it really wore on me because, of course, this is a huge experiment. And I was like, I don't want to have braids. I want to have locks. And if I end up after a couple years and I still look at my hair and see some braids, I'm going to just cut it off. And I'm just have my locks. But now it doesn't bother me at all. No one notices. No one cares. And I don't care if they care, honestly, because I think it still looks really good. I think it looks really good, guys. I'm loving this style here with my little braid in the front and on the side. And guys, this is me coming to you guys. I have not retightened my hair in a while. I have some wild new growth, okay? But I wanted to come to you guys. I don't want it to be all edited. I will come back and show you guys what it looks like nice and tight. But I want you guys to see it with some new growth too, okay? With some scary new growth up in there. Look at that. Look at that. And guys, this is, did you see how I pulled that hair apart? This is one of the reasons why it is important for you to keep up with your retightening, because those hairs will start to combine and mingle with other parts of the ones next door, and then you can get your hair starting to thin at the roots, because when you go to retighten it, you gotta kind of pry them apart and a couple of hairs snap here and there. So that's one of the reasons why it's really important to keep up with your retightnings. But I am no one to talk because I go months. I literally go months without retightening my hair. And sometimes I'll get a nice section done. Then I'll go another couple months. So some areas of my hair will go a really, really long time. Oh, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right in here. Should I show you guys? Oh, let me show you. Look at this new growth. This is a section that's been neglected for a long, long time. Okay. Okay. But anyway, so let's talk more about retightening. I still use the same exact method that I showed you guys on my previous video, where I just take a blunt needle, thread my hair through it, and then thread my hair through the new growth. Check the video if you guys want to see the specifics, but I'm still doing the same thing. It works great for me. And like I said, I like to retighten just whenever I can get to it. My favorite thing to do is just to open up a book, like a hardcover book, and then I'll sit there and I'll just get at it while I read. Or if I'm watching something on TV, get at it while I'm watching TV. I very rarely stand in front of the mirror and bother with that. It makes it go by so much quicker and so much easier if you're doing something else while you're doing it, like reading or watching TV. So that's my strategy usually. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to it, as I said, because I don't even have time to read and watch TV nowadays, right? I got 3 kids. So that's what I like to do, and I still love to use that tool. I have not been to a consultant ever, to a Sisterlux consultant, and I'm very curious to know what it would be like to go to one, what they would think of my hair, if they would be like, oh my goodness, this is terrible, this is like, who did this, who ruined you? Or if they will be like, oh my gosh, your hair's so nice, who did this? But I've never been to one. I've gotten a couple numbers here and there, and I've always been meaning to, but scheduling, and sometimes I can't bring myself to spend the money when I know I can just sit down and work on it here and there by myself. But it is on my goals list to get around to seeing a consultant one day. I keep it extremely simple when it comes to this hair, guys. I wash and go. I wash and go. I love to use things that are clarifying for the hair, and that's my go-to: clarifying and natural. Big proponent of using all natural products. And another lifesaver for my hair, guys, has been this: doTERRA's tea tree. I put some coconut oil on my hands, put a couple drops, rub it in my scalp. Tea tree is fantastic for scalp health, for getting rid of dandruff if you have bad dandruff. And this stuff is legit, guys. It feels like cooling too, like very invigorating when you put it on there. So it's nice to do it in the morning because it kind of give you a little pep, wake you up a little bit. But I highly recommend that if you have locks, because it is fantastic for your scalp health. And that's really the extent of how I care for my hair, guys. I don't use any products. I don't really use any of those things that are marketed for locks, any conditioners, gels, none of that. Okay, I like to keep it really simple. Because I can. I can get away with it. It still looks great. So why spend money on a bunch of stuff that you don't need? I care about my scalp health, and I care about my hair being strong. And I like it to smell good too, of course. It's nice. I feel like my hair is like a diffuser. I can put some lavender on there, or some bergamot on there, some clary sage on there, and then just like have that scent just diffuse to me all day through my hair. So that's all I like to do when it comes to my hair. One of the things that I love about my hair also is the fullness. Guys, look at this. This is this is rivaling my natural hair as far as fullness goes. It's thick, and I love that. I did my hair in flexi rods when I was going to a banquet, and it looked beautiful. I had these big, bouncy, spirally curls. I have to put that on my to-do list to show you guys. But I loved it. It was very full. So that's one thing that I definitely love about it. Let me come to the side again. I love that. One of the things that I've struggled with my hair is postpartum. Postpartum shedding affects people with locks too, and I did not realize. I thought that I was gonna fly by that part and it wasn't gonna be an issue, but guys, I definitely got a lot of thinning. It was like the hairs just decided, like, ugh, I give up. And it was like anytime I would just even touch it, it would just like thin out. This is after I had my baby. I want to say maybe 1 or 2 months afterwards, and so I had a couple locks that did come out. They've grown back, and what I've done is just like when I have, let's see if I can find one in here. I'm literally taking this one out of this braid. This is probably not a good idea. Oh, I did it. Whoa, I took this out of this braid. Can you believe that? But here's one, for example, that came out. And what I did, I just repaired it. I put it back in. I threaded a needle and thread, and I like wrapped it around with some black thread so you couldn't tell. And I went through, and I think this is the spot right here. So this is the part that's grown back, and then this is just the lock that came out, and I like rigged it in there with some black thread. And it's strong too. No problem. Okay. So postpartum, just be prepared for that, guys. If you have a baby, you're gonna lose those edges. Sorry. It's not fun. But you will learn how to repair them because I'm gonna show you. I've talked about the dangers of neglecting to retighten. Again, you don't want to go 6 months like me. Don't do it. I mean, you can do it. You'll be okay. But you have to know that when you go to do your hair, you're going to have to pry it apart and you're going to lose a couple strands. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. But if you want your hair to stay nice and thick and full and consistent, then go ahead and just try to be consistent with retightening it. So what about my parts? What about those nice crisp parts that I started with in the beginning? They are not so crisp anymore. I'll be honest with you guys. My middle part is really crisp, and I like this side part. I think it's pretty cool, but it's definitely not perfect, and I am 100% okay with that. I want it perfect in the beginning, and that's probably why it took me so long, because I was just trying to get it so perfect. But I mean, I'm proud of spending the time and the effort to do that, but it's not. 4 years later, it's not perfect. I've had a little mingling here and there. I retightened and grabbed a little strand from over there, so my parts are not crisp, but they still are good. And the ones that matter look good. That middle part in the front, the side part, that's all I care about. And so that's that. And also in the back, I've combined a few. This is way back when. I think I told you guys about this in my last video, how I combined a couple of them. So I no longer have 700. I probably have somewhere closer to around 600, maybe even 500. I haven't counted them. So I don't mind that. Perfection is overrated. And what else? The hair is very light. It is lightweight, and I love that about it. It's like, it's got body, it can move. I love that. So I really appreciate that. I was nervous that it was going to be like weighing down. But it's very light, and it's also not hot, guys. It's relatively cool. I think that if I put it around my neck and it's a really, really hot day, it can get a little warm, but it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a scarf. Like, I don't know what it is about hair. Maybe because it's a little bit more porous or whatever it is, but I do get some airflow, so I don't feel hot. And push come to shove, guess what? I throw it up. Bam. Perfect. So, sorry, I'm taking a look at my kids. Okay, so the other thing I want to tell you guys about was my henna and indigo experience. I believe I talked about this a little bit with my last video, but I did henna and indigo, and it was a huge success, guys. It looked really good, but it was a huge mess. It was a huge mess. I don't think I'll ever do that again. Even though I love the look and I love being able to use something natural to like naturally get my hair, I wanted that jet black look. And so I love being able to use that to be able to get my hair to be jet black. But guys, it took me hours. I want to say it took me a good 2 hours to wash it out of my hair. It was so messy. And then it took me another hour and a half to clean the bathtub because it was just like product goop everywhere. So I can't fool with that henna and indigo anymore in order to get jet black hair. But I want jet black hair so bad. So I do have the nature tint that they sell in the health food stores. I bought a jet black of that, and I do plan to use that one of these days. I'll get around to actually applying that. I keep saying like, oh, I'll retighten my hair and then I'll dye it. But then you guys know I don't really retighten my hair, so that's why I've never gotten around to dyeing it. So yeah, I'll get to that one day though. That's on my goals list. And then, guys, I think that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I really welcome your comments. I thank you guys for your comments. You guys have been fantastic in the comment section. I welcome your comments on the hair. Let me take this braid down for a second, because I want to show you guys my favorite way. If I'm going somewhere and I want to look cute, my favorite thing to do is to braid my whole hair just like I braided these two in the front. But I'll do the whole thing while it's wet. It has to be nice and sopping wet. And then I'll braid it and take it out and have these beautiful curls. Isn't that cute, guys? So imagine this over my whole head. So this is how I like to do my hair. It's really easy to do if I want to go somewhere and I kind of want to look a little cute. I just do a braid out. And I think that looks nice, and I love that. And the flexi rod, wait till you guys see these flexi rods. You're gonna be like, honey, I need all of that. So let's take another look at the hair. You guys see? My edges aren't too bad, because I do hit those up a little bit more frequently, so the edges don't look so bad. But here it is, guys. Four years braid lock. I love it, guys. Thanks for sticking around with me, and continue to follow my journey, okay? Bye.